Have you ever felt like you're always there for someone, but when you need them, they're nowhere to be found? What if I told you that some people don't actually value you? They only value what you can do for them. Today, you'll discover 5 shocking signs someone is secretly using you. And trust me, the last sign is so subtle that most people never see it until it's too late. Sign 1. They only contact you when they need something. Think about the last few times this person reached out to you. Was it to genuinely check on you, or was it because they needed a favor? Maybe they needed money. Maybe they needed advice. Maybe they needed a ride. Maybe they needed emotional support. But when everything is going well for them, they suddenly disappear. Psychologists often describe healthy relationships as a balance of giving and receiving. Nobody keeps score, but over time, there is mutual care. When someone is using you, the relationship becomes one-sided. You become their emergency contact, their free therapist, their backup plan, their solution provider. But they rarely show up for you in the same way. Here's a quick test. If you stopped reaching out first for 1 month, would the relationship continue, or would it completely disappear? The answer may reveal more than you think. And here's where it gets dangerous. Many people mistake being needed for being valued, but they're not the same thing. Someone can need what you provide without truly caring about you. Keep that thought in mind, because the next sign makes this even clearer. Sign 2. They make you feel guilty when you say no. Imagine this. Someone asks you for a favor. You're exhausted. You're busy. You genuinely can't help. So you politely say no. Instead of respecting your decision, they suddenly change. Maybe they become cold. Maybe they act disappointed. Maybe they say things like, "Wow, I thought you cared. I guess I can't count on you. After everything I've done for you." Notice what's happening. They're not respecting your boundaries. They're trying to control them. Healthy people may feel disappointed when you say no, but they respect your choice. Manipulative people often use guilt as a weapon, because guilt is powerful. It makes good-hearted people question themselves. It makes them feel selfish for protecting their own needs. But here's an important truth. A boundary doesn't make you selfish. A boundary tells people where your responsibility ends and theirs begins. If someone only likes you when you always say yes, they don't appreciate you. They appreciate your compliance, and that's a huge difference. Sign 3. They rarely celebrate your success. This sign is subtle, and that's why so many people miss it. When something good happens in your life, how does this person react? Do they genuinely seem happy for you, or do they quickly change the subject back to themselves? Maybe you get a promotion. Maybe you achieve a goal. Maybe you improve your health. Maybe your business starts growing. Instead of celebrating with you, they seem uncomfortable. Some people like having access to you when you're struggling, because your struggles make them feel important. But when you start succeeding, your growth threatens the role they play in your life. Suddenly, they're less supportive, less available, less enthusiastic. Real friends and genuine people don't compete with your success. They celebrate it. They clap when you win, even when they gain nothing from it. Pay close attention to how people react when life goes well for you. Their reaction often reveals their true intentions. Because it's easy to support someone when they're useful. It's harder to support them when they're thriving. Sign 4. You feel drained after every interaction. Have you ever spent time with someone and felt emotionally exhausted afterward? Not occasionally, consistently. Every single time. That's a signal worth paying attention to. Your mind notices patterns long before your conscious brain does. When someone constantly takes without giving, your emotional energy starts disappearing. You listen to their problems. You solve their crises. You support their goals. You absorb their negativity. But when the conversation ends, you feel empty. Think of relationships like phone batteries. Healthy relationships recharge both people. Unhealthy relationships often leave one person fully charged and the other completely drained. Now, this doesn't mean every difficult conversation is toxic. Real relationships involve supporting each other through hard times. The difference is balance. Does this person also listen to you? Do they care about your feelings? Do they support your goals? Or are you simply carrying the emotional weight of the entire relationship? Your energy is valuable, and the people who deserve access to it should respect that. Sign 5. Their interest in you depends on what you can provide. This is the biggest sign of all, and it's often the hardest to accept. Ask yourself this question: if you could no longer help this person, would they still stay? Imagine you lost your money, your influence, your connections, your skills, your ability to solve their problems. Would they still call? Would they still care? Would they still make time for you? People who genuinely value you are attached to who you are. People who use you are attached to what you offer. That's why some relationships suddenly disappear when the benefits disappear. The connection was never built on mutual respect. It was built on convenience, and convenience has an expiration date. This realization can be painful, but it can also be freeing, because once you see the truth, you stop chasing people who only wanted access to your resources, and you start investing in people who truly value your presence. Here's something I want you to remember. Being kind doesn't mean being available to everyone. Being generous doesn't mean allowing people to take advantage of you. And being a good person doesn't require sacrificing your peace for people who only value your usefulness. The right people won't stay because of what you can give them. They'll stay because of who you are. Protect your energy. Respect your boundaries. And never confuse being used with being loved. If this video helped you see relationships more clearly, leave a comment below with the word value. And remember, your time, energy, and attention are some of the most valuable things you own. Give them to people who appreciate them. Thanks for watching Wise Habits. We'll see you in the next video.